Warning: this program may contain adult themes and strong language. Parents are cautioned that this program may not be suitable for children.
Whoa, curve. Wait, did I do that right? Hold on. Whoa, curve that way, to the left, because I don't want you. Yeah. So, hold on, let me do that one more time. Psych, no. But yeah.
Fade away too long. I got all these memories fading to you. With me being faded with you. I got all these memories fading to you. With me being faded with you. I got.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Ty J back with another video. So today, since my other half is at work, I decided that I'm going to finish the very much needed to be finished, because it's been a few months now. Gosh. Well, I'm going to finish part 2 of my coming out story. So if you missed that, I'm going to send that down in the link below. And yeah, we're going to get this thing started. Alright, so my godmom, she found me and my ex's messages in her laptop. Got a phone call from mom the next morning talking about, come, get your stuff, or you're about to go to the house, we have to talk. And yeah, it comes out in the car, that she found out that me and Kay were dating. And at that point, I'm like, okay. I'm still a little lost and confused, because I'm like, what? I mean, I knew that the laptop had died, but I figured, hey, I don't know what I was saying. I was like, I don't know. She won't tell her. Maybe she'll talk to me about it first. But that's my mom's best friend, so of course she told my mom. But yeah, so we're like, all right. She's like, I don't want to beg for a son, stuff like that. Normal angry parent stuff when they found out their child is gay, bisexual, whatever. So, yeah. And at that point, I was hurt, angry, I don't know. I was just caught up in the emotions. And at that time, it was a lot going on with my life personally. Losing friends here and there, losing, family, and it was really a hard time on me and my mom. So we were really going at it, and she's a Gemini, I'm an Aquarius, so that was like that. So I'm like, okay, at this point, I'm angry, and I can be kind of, no, not kind of, I can be petty, I can be real petty. So to retaliate to her saying, she didn't want a fag for her son, I posted a picture of me and him kissing, I think, on Facebook or something like that. And I just tagged all of my family. And like I said before, I had a time and plan on when I was going to come out truly to my family and friends and stuff like that. Well, no, my friends knew. Well, some of my friends knew. Not all of them, but some of them knew. So I had a time and I had a plan, and I was like, it's better when, I figured it was better when I was 18. That way, at least at that point, age-wise, I'm an adult, so maybe I should be mature enough and able to come forward to these people that are family and, say, hey, this is what it is. This is my truth. This is my life. And, I hope you can accept that. If not, I'm sorry. But yeah, so it went south. The people that I thought were gonna be there weren't, and the people that I thought weren't gonna be there were. And I'm like, this is really weird. Like, I thought my dad was gonna be the one that was like, no, I don't, no. It was my mom. And I'm like, what do you do like this? It's not normal. So I'm like, okay. And yeah, my dad was the one. He literally, this is the weirdest conversation I've ever heard or had with him ever. But yeah, he's like, I'm not comfortable with this. I'm not used to it. But if you do need somebody to sit there and talk about, sticking dick in the booty, I'm here for you. I'm like, what? I'm like, what? Bro, what? Like, seriously, where'd that come from? But I felt comfortable. And at that point, me and my dad didn't have really a relationship. So that was really the beginning of what made me want to have a relationship with him. And I was really appreciative. I mean, of course, I didn't want to just up and be like, Daddy, hey, yeah, sex, dick, and balls, and booty. No, but yeah, it felt nice and comfortable to be able to have him for that part. Especially when it came to the part of, me not having my mom, who at that point did everything and was everything for me. So, yeah, it showed me, hey, he's not really as big, bad, or scary as you pictured he is. He's not this big, bad wolf, your mom would call just to give you a whooping. No, it's like he's a person, and he's trying to understand. So for that, Daddy, I do appreciate it, and I do love you for that. Thank you. Yeah, but it got crazy the next coming few months, because it was just like straight up uproar. First off, I was like 15, 16, maybe 14, 15, 16, around those three ages. And the dude I'm talking to is 18, almost 19. So my mom knew that, then it's like, oh, you're raping my son, yada, yada. Like, literally. My mom didn't like him anyway, And it's true, honestly, I'm starting to believe, yeah, it's true. Your mama knows before you do. Something ain't right, something's fishy. Because she didn't like him from the get-go. And she was like, no, there's just something not right with him, and you need to watch who you hanging with, because you're going to get caught up. And I did. I was always, the type, like, I've always been the type that was looked at like, oh, they're innocent. But usually I make up the plans. But then I started hanging with, him and his people. And then I just, those weren't the type of people I hung with anyway. Like, I hang with everybody, but then I know my vibe. I feel stuff. And, at the time, I'm like, but shoot, I'm still like, I'm not going to judge nobody. Hey, you cool? Shoot, we all put on pants one leg at a time. So I'm like, it's just, we're young. That's what we do. So I'm like, okay. Yeah. This one time she caught the cops on him, I think. Sorry, y'all. It's been like a few years. But yeah. Yeah, I ran. That was what I did. Yeah. I skipped school and went to his house one day, just to see him, because at that point it was like, oh, you're banned from seeing him, he's banned from seeing you. But he lived literally right next to my school. So I would go in and go out. And at this point, she started having like security tell me when I was coming in late or not coming at all. So yeah, it was kind of funny. Well, yeah, I came, and I was late. And yeah, I get a phone call from her. So I'm like, okay, great. I have to deal with drama. And oh yeah, she took my phone. She did. Yeah, I didn't have a phone, so he had to get me a phone. But then she like had my aunt take that one. Yeah, it was a lot. I'm like, okay. At this point, I'm like, I didn't really feel like I had anybody except for a few people, because, like I said, my mom, my grandparents, she had me really, it was like, I don't want anybody to know, because 1, I don't want them to judge you. 2, I don't want them judging me. 3, I don't want them thinking, because that's what people do. And I understand that now, because I wouldn't, especially like with all the things that's going on in the LGBTQ community now, I'm like, yeah, no, I wouldn't want my children to go through some of the stuff that people are going through now. So now I understand. But at the time, I felt like it was really cruel. I'm like, all this just because I like another type of sexuality as well. Like, I've never been the type to just want to, like, drop one for the other. I like both. So I'm like, is it because, but at that point, and still, now I'm like, I mean, for a few years, even though I was young, I was messing with girls on girls on girls on girls. But yeah, so at that point, I'm like, hey, there's dudes now I can get cool with and start trying to talk to. So then I'm like, oh, this is whole world of, like, colorful Skittles I can get at. I want screw one type of fish. I got the whole sea I can go to if I want to. And at that point, I was feeling myself. I'm like, I'm cute. Hey, people hit me up on Kick. Yo, Kick. Kick was something serious. Ooh, used to get people in trouble, I swear. Ooh, I was a hoe. But yeah, I'm like, okay, me and my ex, I'm like, okay. And at that point, I thought this was, real love. At that point, I've only ever felt something for one person, and that was my best friend. So I'm like, this is what it's really like. Oh my God. Yeah, no, I'm not one for the whole googly-eyed, lovey-dovey. No, I'm not. No, Malik, now, yeah, that's something that he want, but me, that ain't what I was feeling. But at that point, I was trying to start feeling that because I didn't want to just look like, oh, you're just this monster. You don't have any emotions. So when I started feeling, I was feeling. And the problem with that was I tended to, still tend, but trying to back off of that a little bit. I tend to, put my hands on people, and I tend to get aggressive and angry. I've always been like the type that's like, oh, if you want somebody over there, go have it, but don't think that you're gonna just go untouched if you go over there. So, later on, I started peeping. He was the type that wanted to do stuff like that, especially after he came out of the closet too. So me, I'm like, no, dude, you can't have your cake and eat it too. And then I did get wrapped up, and I got caught up, and I got caught in the feelings, and that was the worst thing I've ever. I'm like, no, never again. Now, yeah, I'm caught in the feelings, but it feels equal. It's equal. But then I'm like, no, this feelings is not. No, never, ever. Don't ever think about testing that. No, it's not for me. I'm good off of you and you and you. Y'all can like me, but trust. I'ma like everybody else too. So I'm like, okay, especially when people really started coming after me, and it's like, I had people that was older, I had people that was younger, I had people that was my age. I'm like, there's a whole bunch of people. And then I tended to like people that were older when I was younger, because I figured, hey, that's maybe they would, be able to show me something maturely or something. I don't know. But yeah, I'm like, ooh, like what? Are you serious, bro? What? Oh, kill it. Wrong. That was, yeah, no, not at all. No. Oh God, I just did the, oh God, babe's been, period. But anyway, I'm like, okay. So, yeah, I start, after a while, he starts going his way, I start going mine. We broke up. Well, he broke up with me because I didn't want to have sex with him. And like I said, sex with me at that point, taking, no. Giving, yeah. That's, oh shoot, yeah, definitely. But yeah, and he was like, he had some stuff going on with his, life personally and health-wise. So yeah, he, told me this thing about what the doctor said about, and I'm like, no, it's just not something I'm into, and it's not what I want, and that's not what I'm gonna do. So we got into it bad, and he's like, oh, you know what, that's fine, I'm single. I'm like, if you want to be single, shoot, be single. But when I get single, don't be the type to want to come back talking to me or trying to be cool with me. And he always did that. And like I said, at that point, that was the FL, someone love me. But I'm starting to realize that wasn't my first love. That was my first lust. Difference. So I'm like, okay, you know, so the lust for that was real. And I'm like, this ain't what I want. This ain't cutting it. So, yeah, I'm like, okay, cool. Time goes by, and yeah, we go back and forth with whether we want to be together or not. And at this point, my mom's, you know, she's still like, this ain't it. This is not it. And I'm like, you know, on the verge of like being put out, kicked out, put, you know, into the home or whatever you want to call it, psych ward, whatever. And I'm being, you know, about to be living with my dad, which is something I did not want to do. Just, it wasn't something that I wanted to do because I'm spoiled and my dad isn't the type that's gonna, you know. And then at that point I didn't know how to do anything like that anyway because I've always had my mom and my grandparents. So yeah, I'm like, oh, no, look at this. No. I'm a pretty boy type. I'm not the working boy type. I'm not going to sit there and want to do like yard work and stuff. That's just not what I do. I can. Don't sleep. I can. But I don't want to. No, that's not something that's for me. I want to do what I'm passionate about, what makes me happy, and what I know I can get some serious money at. Because me just doing something like that, I'm going to be doing it. But I'm not going to be like, I'm going to feel like I'm going to get stuck eventually. I don't want to get stuck. I want to grow. So, yeah. It was something I was feeling. And yeah, so my boyfriend, K, at the time, you know, we get to a point where it's like, look, I don't think we can be together. And yeah, I was heartbroken or whatever. But I moved on quick. I mean, shoot. After that, I'm like, shoot, Kick, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all the social media. People was clocking, they was calling, they was texting, they was hitting me up. And I'm like, okay. And then I really started getting hooked on the iPhone, and I'm like, FaceTime? Trust me, I was hooked on the iPhone anyway, but then I'm like, shooting, all I gotta keep getting is an iPhone, be able to FaceTime this person, change the number real quick, do this. Definitely got it in the bag. Hoes is coming. And I'm like, okay. And then sometime back, he wants to come back to me. And at that point, I'm like, no. And don't remind me at the part that, you know, I was like really, like we had serious situations. But we only broke up for like a little bit, I think. Because, yeah, I didn't want any. And then, like, he hits me up, like, the next week with a new boyfriend. And mind you, this is, like, a few months in. So, a lot was going on. I ain't gonna get into all the details, but, yeah, a lot was going on, you know? So, his boyfriend had to be, like, 22, 23. I don't even remember the boy's name, but, yeah. And I'm, you know, at that point, like I said, 14, 15, 16. And he starts inboxing me and calling me and stuff, you know, from his page, you know, just being petty. You know, he sent me a picture with him, like, laid up together, being like, oh, you wish you had this. And I'm like, you can have it. I don't care. I'm not worried about you. I'm not worried about him. And I'm the type, when you're with me, I'm going to make sure that you look how I look. Not like this right now. I know I look a mess. This ain't it. This ain't cutting it. Because, sheesh, Florida been kind of hard on your boy. No, this ain't it. But no. When I'm lit, when I, you know, I got Tommy, got my, you know, name brand. I'm lit. you know, and I'm like, I'm not gonna just be like this and then who I'm dating looks like this. I'm like, no. So when we broke up, all that ended, and I'm like, oh, kind of ugly. he fell off because, yeah, he started dating ugly people. Like, even some of his friends and stuff used to come up to me and be like, you the cutest person I've seen him with. Why is he dating? And I'm like, I don't know. That's none of my business. I was glowing up. I was dating people, you know, that was modeling. I started talking to certain people that wanted to do porn, yada, yada. I'm like, this is what I like. This is what I'm interested in. And I'm starting to realize that's probably why I'm the way I am sexually. Because I had a whole bunch of, like, actual people that was like, let's get freaky, 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 freaky. And I like that. I'm like, this is nice. Nice, guys. This is nice. Let's continue to do this every night. So, yeah. I started really, really feeling myself. So, yeah, he tries to come back around again after him and that guy broke up. But that guy, it was like, when I say me and the beef on that situation, it was real, but it won't. Because at the same time, I'm still like, okay, if you keep messaging me about it, you obviously feel like he wants me. And he was still in my phone. Just keep it 100. He was still in my phone, so I'm like, but he's with you. He's got your name tattooed. But none of my business. I don't care. So yeah, I started being childish back and started messaging them. But the whole time I'm talking to other people. So I'm like, let's get this in order. Yeah, I'm in high school. Like I said, we went to the same school together. He graduated at this point, and he comes back for his diploma because I don't think he went to his graduation. And I'm coming out from class, going to lunch, and I happen to see him and his boyfriend. So his boyfriend's just staring at me. And I'm like, I'm not really worried. I mean, you know better than to just come over here, because if you come over here, I'm touching both of y'all. So, yeah, he comes up to me. He's like, so you can't say hey? I said, hello. And I look, and I'm like, what's up? You know, to the, like I said, I'm very petty. So, yeah, I'm like, okay, you know, it is what it is. Later on that night, the boy starts messaging me. Oh, so all you gonna do is like say hello? Oh, you know, you weren't saying much. I'm like, I don't have to talk to you. If you wanted to step, you would have stepped. You would have got stepped on, but you could have stepped. I'm like, you know, all that's dead to me. That's literally, you can have them. Seriously, it's not that big of a deal to me. And I'm like, okay, you know, it is what it is. You can, you know, do what you want to do. They break up sometime later, I guess, and I'm at that point, you know, just doing what I do. And I'm like, okay, cool beans. One day, this is like months later, after that last situation, we blocked each other and everything. He hits me up on Facebook off a new page. And I'm like, you know, what's up? You know, hi. And he's like, you know, I just miss you, and I want to be able to get things back together. I'm sorry, yada, yada, yada. And I'm not the type that's gonna, when I hold a grudge, it's gotta be for like a deep, deep reason. So at this point, there was no reason to hold a grudge. It's just we broke up, things happened. I didn't care anymore. I didn't shoot. I got hoes. When you have hoes at that point, and the point in the mindset I was in, when you have hoes, there's no need to stress. There's no need to sit there and be like, oh, that boy over there don't want me, that girl don't want me. No, because all these little fish over here, they seem interested. So I'm like, over here. But yeah, after a while, you know, he's like, you know, I just want to, I'm like, look, you're gonna do the same stupid stuff. You're going to still act dumb and want to, you know, talk to who you're talking to. I'm not stupid. But sure. We'll see how this goes. Didn't last 2 weeks. He called me in school one day, and he was with my grandmother, my nana, because after a while they got close. Because you know she was one of the main people that was really accepting. So it didn't bother me. I'm just like, okay. He's like, hey babe, yada. I'm like, hey, yeah, it was great. The next week after that, he gets sick. Like I said, he had like issues, going on health-wise and whatnot. And I go see him in the hospital, bring him some food because he said he was hungry. I'm like, okay, not a big deal, not a problem. And I'm like, okay, we had a good little 25 minutes together. My mom took me over there. She's like, I don't like him, but I'm trying here. So I gave her props for that. She did try. I tried, but with that one wasn't serious. So I'm like, okay, here we go. I leave, from the hospital because at that point I'm like, he's really seeming sick. I hope he's okay. And I don't like hospitals like that anyway. So I was ready to get up out of there. So, I leave and I go on Facebook, and like 10 minutes later, he's talking about something. What did he say? He said something like, I love the sound of his voice on the phone. But I'm like, I ain't talk to you on the phone. So I'm like, okay, he always talking about somebody else. Then, later on that day, he started talking to this other person posting. I'm like, oh, wow. Couldn't do it. Couldn't last for 2 weeks. Couldn't. I'm glad I ain't put no money on you, because I probably would have won. But still, you could. Really? Not 2 weeks. Really? Not just 2 weeks? But okay. So I'm like, okay, that was pointless. Start going back talking to my hoes, whatnot. Then this ex that he had starts coming in my phone. I'm like, no, I don't want K. I don't want him. But like I said, I'm petty, so the more you inbox me, the more I'm gonna do stuff to bother you. So I started inboxing him, just on some, what's up, babe? Miss you, and stuff like that. And of course, he always dated people with low self-esteem, other than me. Cause me, I don't care. Look, you gonna talk to who you talk to? Go ahead, but I'm gonna talk to who I talk to, and don't worry about what I got going on over here, cause I can definitely hide what I got more better than you can. You just let it be all out there and look sloppy. Me, at that point, I had them all different numbers, different everything. So it was never hard for me. If I didn't, and after a while, if I got bored with you, just cut it off, block, delete, what, you didn't exist. But I'm like, okay. So yeah, he's like, and this dude, oh god, this dude was uglier than the last one. So yeah, I'm like, okay, you want to come at me now. And this guy was taller than me, but he always acted like I was this big old monstrous thing. I'm really not. I'm 5'8". Literally, people. Yeah, okay, I fight. I do. I'm good at it. So I've been told, and so I know. But yeah, I only fight when I feel like I'm being bothered or ticked or like keep just being pecked at. Then I'm ready to. But I'm not gonna just bother you. I'm not. You have to do something to me for me to want to react. And yeah, one day I came over just to see his like sister and whatnot, just to chill with them. And he happened to be there. So he goes upstairs and he's all nervous and stuff. I'm like, what's wrong with your boyfriend? And he's like, oh, he feels like you're gonna like want to fight him or something. I'm like, I don't care that you're dating him. You can have him. I don't want you. And he's like, yeah, I know, but he's just like that. Can you go talk to him? Because I'm like, fine. I go upstairs. I'm like, You like, what's wrong with you? You okay? He's like, yeah, I just feel like there's beef and it's unnecessary. And it was unnecessary. But, you know, like, you're the one that's bothering me in my phone. Everybody that was in there older than me, remind you, they bothered me. I didn't have to inbox them. I didn't care. I have hoes. I have friends. I have people I can talk to. Why do I have to worry about who you sleeping next to? I don't. And on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm way higher on that than my ex is. I'm just saying. But, you know, I'm just like, no. That's not for me. And I ain't being petty or shady. I'm just saying, you know, what it is. My truth, you know. That was uncalled for. I'm like, yo, I'm the one that's always being messed with by my ex. I'm always the one being messed with by his people. I don't worry about y'all. I really don't. What gets me irritated is because y'all keep bothering me. So then I'm like, okay, now I'm ready to pop. Now I'm ready to fight. And then it's like, well, when I do that, it's Tajay's crazy. He's going off. You know, he's this, he's that. I'm like, okay. After a while, I stopped caring. I'm like, I'll be that. I'll be crazy. I'll be this. I'll be angry. Let it be. Just don't say anything, because now I'm going to start really popping off and showing you what y'all want to see. So I'm like, okay, I'm tired of it. It's enough. Enough is enough. I'm done. And yeah, one day we all, you know, like I said, after that conversation, you know, I guess his boyfriend got like an understanding about me or something. So we started being okay. I wouldn't say cool. We was just like, hey Tajay, hi, you know, stuff like that. And I think he started talking to somebody else while he was talking to that boy, because he had asked me, he was like, he's really acting like different and I don't understand why. I'm like, he's kind of a hoe, you know, like, at least when I was a hoe, I wouldn't sit there and make you think that we were in a relationship. I'd let you know, one, I'm not interested in a relationship. I'm just fine being by myself, but we can talk and I'll talk to other people and you can do whatever you want to. But he would like make you feel like, oh, we're in love, we're doing this, oh, we're gonna be like this. And it don't be, and you know, that's totally the opposite of what it was. So after that, I'm like, I caught on to your game. You funny. You funny, little one. You funny. Well, little big one, I don't know. You're funny. So afterwards, I'm like, all right, you know. And at this point, we start getting cool, basically, me and my mom. So he's like, you know, starting to want to come back warming up to me and stuff like that. And at this point, I'm in a relationship, you know, and I'm like, whoa, Carter. I'm like, okay, I don't want you, definitely not this time. I'm with somebody. And at that point, they really were like caring and nice and stuff. So yeah, I'm like, okay, you know, that just ain't gonna work, you know. And at that point, it's a done deal, you know. After that, we didn't talk no more at all. But there were still issues with me and my mom, definitely. So with the person I started talking to, we're gonna call him E. E was a very emotional type of person, and that was something I've never dated in my life. Like, when I say emotional, I mean emotional. I mean, like, felt everything. So yeah, I'm like, you know, for a while that won't what I was used to either, but I cared about him, and he was, you know, for that time, he was, you know, what I thought was somebody good to be with. You know, he tried to help make me better for what I thought, but really that situation made me worse as well. But my mom, when she was even with that situation, she was like, you know, I like him. He's emotional, but he's better than the last one. So I'm like, yeah, okay, that's great, that's good. But then Kay started trying to talk to E. And then it was like a pattern where he would start trying to talk to people I was either talking to or, were talking to me. And at that point, I'm like, that's really weird. But, yeah, me and E, we went on for a good few months, but it was just too much drama. I'm not even gonna get into that. That's probably like a video for later. But after E, I went on a break. I found out that E and K had did some stuff that pissed me off, because I'm like, what are you doing, my dude? What are both of you doing? That's some nasty stuff. And at that point, it was a rumor going around that one of them had some stuff, and I'm like, that's just not a move to make, bro. It's not a move to make. But it was made. Oh well, move on. I'm not mad. I forgive. All is forgiven. It's cool. But yeah, I'm like, if you want to try and like hurt me or make my feelings or make me jealous or something, do it a different way. That's kind of sick to me anyway, because I'm not just gonna go messing with somebody's exes. That's my ex. That's just weird. But yeah, then I started dating Malik. Now when I started dating Malik, that's when my mom did a whole 360 turnaround. At first I could see that she was still very, like we could just sit next to each other on the couch and it'll turn into an argument. You're sitting too close, so why you got your arm around them? Your sister's in the room. And at that point, my sister, and she's very intelligent, I'm not going to sit there and say she needs to know everything and see everything, because she doesn't. Maya, you're 12. Remember that. But anywho, yeah, so my sister, she loves Malik, that she's like, oh, that's my brother, yada, yada, yada. They got their own little clique thing, whatever. But, yeah, she's like, oh, I already knew he was dating dudes. I knew that he liked dudes, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, okay. My sister was the person that really, really made me feel understood, because she stands up for the LGBT community more than anybody I think I've ever seen in my life. Like she did this whole little rant a few weeks ago on Instagram, and it's like, why is it that people want to sit there and do this to the LGBT community? And it's like, oh, you can't judge anybody. Who are you? You can't do this. Like, she was going in. I'm like, for you to be a 12-year-old, I'm telling you, I think she needs to do like a thing. Don't ask for a thing. I know the word, but I can't think of it. But yeah, my sisters, I'm like, you really could make a movement, honestly. You don't have to even be gay or into that to make a movement. And she's like, I know. And my sister, she's the type of, she's going places. She is. That's a fact. She's going places. So I am trying to help her see where she wants to go and see if I can help her get there, because she's really helping me get there with this YouTube stuff. Thank you, Maya. But yeah, so I'm like, okay, my mom's like, you don't need to do this in front of Maya. You don't need. And I'm like, I know what to do and what not to do. I'm not gonna let her just sit there and see me doing certain stuff like kissing and all that extra stuff. No, me and her and him have fun. We go out. We go to the late night Walmart drives, 12 a.m. That was summer though. That was summer, all weekends. But yeah, and like we literally were just like three couple goofballs. We're just three goofballs hanging out, having fun. I'm finally getting to know my sister as an individual instead of just that baby or that little kid that used to get on my nerves. So with Malik, my mom started seeing, he wasn't trying to be as, disrespectful as certain other ones were, or trying to push her to the edge with this uncomfortable stuff. He was more like, you need to give her time. We can take it slow, stuff like that. And then it came out to the point where he ended up not having anywhere to go, and he came out to his dad. And then that's when my mom, like, totally, she was like, he's moving in here. I mean, we kind of forced it, but we didn't force it. But it was like, I'm not just gonna let him go, and I'm not just gonna let him be in the street, because that's not, what I would do. That's not what Jesus would do. And I'm like, okay. Then we started, after that, now we're like this. But, yeah, with this situation, now I'm starting to actually understand and feel where, my mom was coming from. It's not the fact that she's like, oh, I don't want a fag or a gay boy for a son, or I don't want, my son to, be happy. It was just, the world's a hard place, and that would be a lot for a parent to take in as well, having to see people that you don't even know have an issue with your child just because of their preference or what they feel in their heart is right, just for being an individual, not for, just for, wanting to go outside of the box and live their best life. So I'm starting to really see, how the real reason my mom was like, oh, this isn't, of course everybody's going to be uncomfortable, with, no, my child's got this different, that's normal. That we're people. That's going to happen. I'm sure I'm going to probably have an issue with something my child does, but I want to be able to at least maybe show them in a way that different than what I was shown. Because the way I was shown was, you gotta block certain family members because I don't want them to see this. You have to hide this from your grandparents. You have to hide this from these people because I don't want to hear anything about it or see it. So me, I'm probably, well, no, not probably. I'm gonna wanna, and I am going to like try to maybe communicate how I feel and how they feel. Let them and let us be able to communicate what the real situation is at hand and why I feel the way I feel and why they feel the way they feel. But yeah, guys, that was my coming out story. It kind of went a lot further than everywhere else. That first one was definitely a must watch because this one kind of went everywhere. But yeah, you guys finally get to see part 2. It's been a few months. I ain't seen you guys in a minute. We got more videos coming your way soon. So, hit that subscribe button, that like, watch us, share, comment, help us get our names out there. I'm gonna give myself a goal. I'm gonna try to get like 500 by mid next year. So help us get these, subscribers, and let us know what you would like for us to see, because it ain't just me, it ain't just Malik, it's Malik and Tajay featuring Maya on a regular. So, peace.